I mean, over the next 5 years, Disney and Warner Brothers and a bunch of movie studios are gonna release over 30 feature-length films with comic book characters. And of those 30 feature-length films, exactly 2 of them will have female solo leads. 2. Now, there will be females in the rest of these movies, but they will be sidekicks, they will be love interests, they will be members of teams. They will not be the main character. And if what we learn, what we know about other people and about the world we learn through media, then these companies are teaching my daughter that even if she is strong and smart and fast and fights like a ninja, all 4 of which are true of her, it doesn't matter. She will either be ignored like Gamora or erased and replaced with a boy like Black Widow.
There's more. When we talk about the needs of women, we have to consider the other identities we inhabit. We are not just women. We are people with different bodies, gender expressions, faiths, sexualities, class backgrounds, abilities, and so much more. We need to take into account these differences and how they affect us as much as we account for what we have in common.
But here's the question that I have to ask. Why is it that when my daughter dresses up, whether it's Groot or the Incredible Hulk, whether it's Obi-Wan Kenobi or Darth Maul, why is every character she dresses up as a boy? And where are all the female superheroes?
Superhero films transform me because they have convinced me and assured me that I'm so much more than just my gender, and that I don't really need to depend on people or depend on men to get things done. And if I have certain dreams or aspirations as a human being before as a woman, I can achieve them easily on my own.
I always had strong female women in my life. My mother was, in 1980, she actually went to work, and that was like, nobody did that. Women did not go to work. They stayed home with the kids. And I remember that conversation with my father that she had, the defiance of saying, no, I'm not going to be a housewife, I'm going to be a worker. That always struck me as something. And then my aunts were the same way. They all went to work. And I always thought that strong females were, why not? We live in this antiquated system that defines roles for everyone, for both male and females. And it's our jobs as the generations go along to destroy them and demystify them.
When I think of women playing damsel in distress, I actually automatically think of like James Bond. There's always like the Bond girls who are only really a part of the movie to be like the girls that he sleeps with and the girls that he has love affairs with. And I think that creates a very toxic culture for men and women in the actual world, because it teaches men that women are there just to be sidekicks and just to be objects. And it teaches women that that's all they're capable of.
Let's move!
So while we did take a lot of steps to erase that sexist outlook in our superhero films, I feel like films like Justice League and Avengers Age of Ultron were kind of like a step back. In Age of Ultron, Black Widow was very watered down, while in films like the first Avengers movie and Winter Soldier, she was so much more than just her body and her looks. And in Justice League, it wasn't only just Wonder Woman who was sexualized, but it was also like the Amazonian woman, where in Wonder Woman, they were fully clothed and they were wearing armor that was actually practical for battle, but in Justice League, they were just wearing very like skimpy bras and skirts, and just seeing that on film just made me feel that those films were marketed more so towards men than women, because like, yes, women should be able to wear what they want and they should be able to express themselves, but at the same time, they don't really expect to be wearing bikini armor when there's a battle going on. And they don't expect to be damsels in distress when they're Russian spies.
Like, at the end of the day, her credentials should be something that is more empowering than how she physically looks. Yeah, a woman can look sexy and everything like that, but at the end of the day, what does she bring to the table as a female character, a female empowerment, anything?
You know, it's like, you know, you have so many women, Silver Sable, Red Sonja, these are all characters that have been around for like 30 plus years. But they just never pulled the trigger on it. You know, like, why did it take so long to make a Wonder Woman movie? You know, she had to turn 75 before they made a movie. You know, when I was a kid, there was a TV show and it was successful. So Marvel and DC still have this frat boy, bully, fraternity type attitude, sexist attitude. Still, it hasn't changed. But I think the times are forcing them to change.
Yes, sir.
Hi. Hi.
Afterwards, I thought that was all women.
Yeah.
Because it seemed perfectly natural at the
Right.
time.
And why wouldn't it be, right? Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Wakanda. I love the idea that it's a place where women get to excel in their strengths, regardless of the fact that they're women. Why wouldn't they? And it allows the entire nation to be a progressed place that is actually the most advanced place in the globe in some senses in the narrative. So that's something that really I think is one of the most powerful lessons of the film. Let women be all they can be, and you know, you might have a much more secure nation.
Someone once said that feminism did more for men than it did for women. And in a sense it did, because now we could be caregivers. Now we could stay home and raise our children. Now we don't have to be the breadwinner. We don't have to be the main guy behind it. We can give someone else a shot, give women a shot to be the leaders, and we could take a step back and relax and just be human and not have to fit into these macho roles of who we're supposed to be, like our fathers and our grandfathers telling us who we're supposed to be. So I hope that does happen. You know, some guys are scared. A lot of millennial guys and other guys are like, oh, our masculinity is being threatened. We're under attack. It's like, yeah, so what? It's like, it's about time, you know? We have to tear down the wall.
It's only been, if you think about it, like 10 years since they really started to build on to the superhero genre in film. And so I think more than anything, seeing female superheroes of all sizes and of all colors and of all backgrounds has told me and has just really taught me that I don't have to, you know, necessarily look like Scarlett Johansson to be a superhero. I can look like Shuri, or I could look like Mantis, you know? And it's not just about looks, it's always about personality, it's about character, it's about the history that I have as a human being before anything else. And so I think seeing female characters in superhero films and just films in general have given me perspective of how worthy I am to live my life and to be just as much of an impact as other men are.
up after you boys? No, but it's what I'm going to do. I got red in my ledger.